Derrick Lewis versus Alexey Oleinik. The main event at heavyweight, Derrick Lewis, 23-7, from Houston, Texas, age 35, height 6'3", reach 79. Notable wins, I think Alir Latifi, Volkov, and Francis Ngannou. But he's going up against Alexey Oleinik, the Bone Constructor. He's the number 10 heavyweight, 59 and 13-1. That is insane. From Moscow, Russia. He is 43 years old. Height, he's 6'2", got an 80 reach, but I don't think that's going to matter. Notable wins: Fabricio Verdum, Travis Brown, Mark Hunt. Man, this is such an interesting fight, guys. I love this fucking fight. It probably was supposed to be, when they matched up Verdum and Oleinik, they were probably thinking maybe doing Verdum versus Derrick Lewis because they assumed that Verdum would show up like a goddamn fighter and win his fucking fight, but he didn't. He showed up. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Oleinik came on right and whooped on him and made him look like a nobody. And, it is what it is. Oleinik is coming back. I think he's on a 2-fight win streak over Verdum and Maurice Green. But ain't that such a great win to have for Oleinik, man? Even though, I don't know, man. Oleinik, he's a weird guy, man. It is an interesting situation with him. He did have that fight night main event against Mark Hunt, and then he had that Ezekiel choke on I forgot the other guy's name that he got it on. But, it was one of those things. Is like, man, is Oleinik in title contention? Is he a problem at heavyweight? And then he got destroyed by Alistair Overeem, and then destroyed by Walt Harris. So it's like, man, where does Oleinik go from here? But hey, he's on a 2-fight win streak. You gotta respect it. And yeah, man, he's in this fight. Same thing with Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis went through some trials and tribulations, man. Before he beat Francis Ngannou. Who else did he beat? No, did he beat Marcin? He beat Marcin Tybura before losing to Mark Hunt. No, after losing to Mark Hunt, actually. He beat Tybura. He beat Francis Ngannou, which is insanity. And then he beat Volkov. Gets a fucking 3-week notice title shot against Daniel Cormier and didn't show up. But everyone's like, oh, it's Daniel Cormier. Then he fights Junior Dos Santos. And Junior came on and had probably one of the best performances later in his career after his title reign, like that was an impressive performance, and we're like, man, where does Derrick go from here? But then he had some really close fights against Ivanov and Alir Latifi. I almost forgot he beat Alir Latifi. And I have to respect Derrick Lewis for doing this. I don't know why he did this, but subconsciously he's been getting ready for an opponent like Alexey Oleinik. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of have to respect that. A guy like that fights Ivanov, who's a really good grappler, beat Fedor and Sambo. And, did I said Ivanov, right? I hope I didn't call that Alir Latifi. But yeah, he beats Ivanov and then fights Alir Latifi, another wrestler. Two guys that have wrestling backgrounds. And you would be like, man, after fighting someone like DC, why would you do that? He's been getting ready for these opponents, I think subconsciously knowing that he's going to have to fight a guy like Curtis Blaze one day. He might fight DC one day. You never know. Or he might fight someone similar to that. And now he's getting ready for Alexey Oleinik, man. And I can't wait for this fucking fight. I'm really excited. I know a lot of people aren't, but I'm super excited for this fight. I love watching Derrick Lewis fight. He's one of the most entertaining guys on the planet, man. He has some of the best post-fight speeches. But I am gonna go... this is hard, man. Because I can't see Oleinik submitting Derrick, but I think Derrick has learned from those, from that loss against DC, and has learned from those close fights against Ivanov and Alir Latifi. And it is going to be, this is 5 rounds. So this is what makes this fight super interesting. But I'm going to go Derrick Lewis on this. I think Derrick has learned from his losses. And hey, man, I think he's one of the best guys on the planet, bro. We can't, in terms of heavyweight, man, who else beat Francis Ngannou? You know what I'm saying? Like, besides Stipe, like, I think he's up there, man, with those guys, and I think he can compete. I know a lot of people call him overrated, but man, he has power, and he's becoming technical, and he's like, you could tell in his Alir Latifi fight that he's not just throwing it all out the window all at once and just going for a knockout. He's waiting, and he's setting up traps, and he has a strategy. But Alexey Oleinik can win this fight, though. Let's not count him out. I won't count out Alexey Oleinik, man. I suffered that pain with Verdum against Alexander Gustafsson, where I completely counted out Verdum. I didn't think Verdum's grappling was going to be good enough. I didn't think his wrestling was good enough to take down Gustafsson. So, man, and Verdum proved me wrong. He got that fight to the ground, and he's able to submit him. So, Alexey can win this. But I just think Derrick got heart, man. Derrick might not be the best wrestler in the world, but he got heart. I think he got lots and lots of heart. So, I think Derrick Lewis can win this. I could see a fifth round finish for Derrick if I was to say it. But yeah, man, that's my breakdown for this fight, and see y'all.